Hello, Nathan P. Lacroix here. We are going to look at the UHC website for finding a doctor and for finding SBCs. If you are an employer watching this, always a good idea to contact your broker so they can help you out as well with additional information. Brokers are there, they have a fiduciary responsibility to always look out for your best interest. If you are a broker watching this is something hopefully you can learn a thing or two. It's always a good refresher if you're not familiar with the UHC website. I'm always here to help out with putting ideas together, help with strategizing. I'm part of the Los Angeles Association of Health Underwriters. So yeah, I'm here to help out the broker community any way I can. Contact me. If you don't have a broker and you're an employer, I can get you in contact with many fine folks in the area that's nearest you. If you're a broker, you want to put our heads together. If you wanted to find out how to strategize, if you have anything complex, yeah, let me know. I'll help you out. So for right now with UHC, let's look at finding a doctor. UHC, one of the more complex carriers to search through, just because being a national provider, they have a lot of different networks, which you'll see very shortly. So what I did, UHC.com, link in the description. We clicked on Find a Doctor. This is a general directory that we're looking at. This is pre-enrollment. If you were looking for providers, for your clients, let's say, hey, I have a doctor, can you check all carriers and see if they are part of the network? This is where you'd start with UHC. So type of provider you're looking for, medical directory. You want all United Healthcare plans. As we can see, if you are a UHC member, you can always log in. That's always the best way. If you are a member, I highly recommend checking out the website and registering as a member. You can find everything that's specific just to you, and there's no mistakes that you're picking the wrong plan or the wrong network. It's all geared towards you and more accurate. But for right now, this is what we're going to click. Shopping around. So this is what I'm referring to with different types of networks. It's like, which one do I pick? Choice Plus, Choice HMO, Choice Charter Plus, Choice Plus with Harvard Pilgrim. The list goes on. And which one is HMO, which one's PPO? For example, Core. That's a PPO network. It's actually UHC's limited or smaller PPO network. Every carrier they have, they have the full network PPO plans. And if you wanted to, let's say, save on cost, you wanted a platinum PPO plan, but you just couldn't really afford the platinum PPO. Well, if we reduce the number of doctors that you have access to, you can still get that really high quality plan with the low co-pays and low co-insurance, and save on costs that you have to pay each month. So there's a lot to go through. What we can do here is, let's just do some examples. UHC, if you're watching this, I'd recommend maybe splitting this up. For example, I don't live in New York, so I don't even need to see this Oxford Health Plan. So maybe have an extra filter where I can reduce the networks based off of my location. So let's look at the California-based HMO plans. This is under signature value plans. I know it's a little wonky there, but that's what it is for right now. So now that we're on signature value plans, medical directory, see here. So I can now click on the state. Again, I wish that they did that in the beginning to filter things out a little bit further. Are you a federal employee? No, we are not. There we go. Okay. So when you're looking at plans, let's say you've done some quoting. Quoting will be a different video, but let's say you found a plan under UHC and it says the HMO plan or it's an HMO alliance plan, this is what they're referring to. These are the different networks. The highest, the second highest, and then you've got the alliance, which is a more limited network. And then, of course, the most limited network, which is the focus HMO plan. So they actually have 4 different tiers. Let's go with the most limited tier, Signature Value Focus HMO Plan. Click on zip code. I'm going to do 90039 again, Los Angeles, California. Continue. And from here, you can click on, you can type in your doctor's name, a specialty type. If you're not really sure, you're just kind of browsing, you can click on people. What are you looking for? You know what, I want a medical group. It's a family of doctors. And it brings up all medical groups that are in that area. So I'm scrolling, Apple Care, Asian American Medical Group, Beaver Medical Group, Chaffee. So there's quite a bit I can choose from. Let's... oh, okay. Health HCP stands for Healthcare Partners. It's a popular medical group in the greater LA area. Let's click LA County. See what pops up. Well, it looks like you can click on it, but unfortunately nothing happens. There's no pop-up blocker, so this should take you to, hopefully, to another web page. I guess not, but at least, hey, you know what? You can see the medical groups that are in the network, and as you can see, this is the most limited HMO network, and there are, oh man, I don't know how many there are, but there's quite a bit that you can choose from in your area. Let's go back a little bit. I want to backtrack. I want to show you why looking how there was a bit of that confusion in the beginning of exactly what network, what location that you were in, making sure you were in the right area when finding your doctor. Now, if you're not really sure and you kind of went on this journey as I have of kind of stumbling through the website as if I was an employee or even an employer or a broker, and you get yourself to here, let's take a look at primary care physicians in the area under the Focus HMO up here. Now these are doctors in the area that you can choose from if you're browsing. Let's pretend that you were looking for this doctor right here. And they popped up. You clicked on their name. So this is what's going to happen here. Shows all the information about them. More importantly, and this is what I like about UHC here, it shows you their accepted plans. So this goes through their entire network and plans that they choose from. So if you weren't sure before, if you're looking back at your, let's say you got your benefit and it has the name of the plan on there and you see, oh, this is an alliance plan. Well, you can scroll through the accepted plans and see if alliance shows up anywhere, and it does. So we've got the alliance network right there, so you can feel confident, okay, well, this plan that I'm looking at says alliance. Right here it says this doctor that I'm searching for shows alliance. So I can be sure I can get assigned. Here's some enrollment information. So this is the ID number. They're with Healthcare Partners of Glendale. And you want to make sure as an employee when filling out the application or typing it in if you're doing the electronic enrollment, you want to put this ID number right here. And it's also a good idea to put the doctor's name, but this is what the enrollment specialists over at the carriers are going to type in and show that doctor in their system and make sure that they get assigned over to you. If you don't put this ID number in or put in a doctor's name, the carrier will auto-assign you a doctor, and I mean, if you need to seek services right away, it's not good. Now, here's a side note. If you really don't care what doctor you have, not a problem. You don't ever have to put in a doctor's name or an ID number on the employee application. You can leave it blank. You will be auto-assigned a doctor, and that's with every carrier and every application you fill out. You have the right to change, as an employee or as a member, to change your doctor every single month if you wanted to. So if you're unhappy with the doctor that you were assigned, you can always call up their member services team and they'll switch you to somebody else until you find a doctor that you like. Just a little tidbit of information. Other than that, yeah, that's it for the doctor find. The other thing I wanted to go over is the provider. What am I trying to say? Summary benefits and coverages. UHC is one of those rare ones where you can't just go online and find an SBC lying around. Now, if you are a broker and you have your own repository, or if you're a broker and you're working with a general agent, they might actually be able to provide that to you very quickly. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to UHC.com. I have been all over the websites. It's a little bit challenging, I should say, to find an SBC. So I've asked around some colleagues of mine and I say, okay, well, what do you do to try to find an SBC on here? They typically go to UHC. They go in the search bar at the top. They type in SBC, or Summary of Benefits of Coverage. And they'll go here, Summary of Benefits and Coverage. Thinking, of course, okay, great, this is where I can find it. And so it brings you to a page that talks about what a summary of benefits and coverage is. Essentially, it's just a plan overview so you can get an idea of what you're purchasing as an employer and what you're enrolling on as an employee. It gives you some information of what a sample SBC looks like, finding the information that you need, and then here it says where to get an SBC. With other carriers, it shows you a web page and it has a whole list of SBCs that you can click on and download and immediately share with your client, or as an employer share with your employees. But here it says you can request a copy of an SBC at any time, and you'd have to click Contact Us. You would select your state, California. And here it is. So if you're in the state of California and you're a member, you can call this number and then request an SBC to be emailed over to you. If you are an employer or a broker, you can call this number, and again, you have to request a specific SBC. So a bit of a setback. I wish that they would just have the SBC webpage just readily available to where we can click on it and it would just all be there. So if you're an employer and you're finding this a little bit challenging, get in touch with your broker and they'll most likely have it as a repository and they'll get it to you within a few minutes tops. If you're a broker and you want to make sure that you've got easy access to those SBCs, you can always call the carrier direct and request all of the SBCs so you can have it for yourself in your own repository. Or you can work with a general agent and they'll have that readily available at any time so you can save time, save space on your computer. That's it. So this is it for the UHC overview. Again, Nathan P. Lacroix here. If you need any assistance, any questions, comments, if you want to talk to me about other videos, please let me know. And I hope you have a good rest of the day. Thank you.